fun video. I say that every single time. Hold on. Hey everyone, today I'm here to talk about a fun new product and show you a look with that new product, which is what is on my face right now. It is the Tarte and Grav3yard Girl palette. It is called the Swamp Queen Palette. I saw on Twitter that they were doing a quick pre-sale for this palette, and I happened to be on Twitter at that time, and I freaked out and went to tartecosmetics.com and ordered this palette. So if you don't know who Grav3yard Girl is, she is a fellow YouTuber. I will link her down in the down bar, but she is a huge YouTuber. She's really funny and crazy and definitely does different videos, so you should probably check her out. And even if you don't check her out, this palette is awesome and you should get it. This is what the beautiful palette looks like. It has 9 eyeshadows and 3 face products. That's a bronzer, blush, and highlight. And I'm going to do some swatches for you today, and then make sure to stick around because I am going to do a tutorial on the look on my face right now. I am just going to do a tutorial with the products in this palette, so just eyes and cheeks. It's going to hopefully be a little bit shorter than a normal tutorial because I'm not going to show any products or any steps that don't include products from this palette. So just want to show these off a little bit, show them in action, and give you some first impressions as I use them. The swatches are done. If you want to see how I got this look, make sure to keep watching. I used that entire palette and you can see it in action and see my first impressions, which you will definitely want to see when it comes to this highlight. So I am just setting my eye with Big Baby with a small powder brush, and I am just using this to start a powder base for the rest of the look. Next up, I am just buffing the color Natural Peaches into my crease. This is just going to be my transition color, and I'm doing it pretty messily, and I'm taking it all the way into the inner portion of the crease and bringing it down towards my tear duct. Now I'm going to take a smaller domed fluffy crease brush. This one is just a little bit more tapered and again a little bit fluffier. It's not as dense as the other one. So it's just going to apply the color in a more diffused application. So I just want this color to peek up through my crease. I am just going to start to work this into the outer corner of my eye, slowly but surely building the color. So I am just going to lighten the pressure as I lightly blend this towards the outer portion of my eye and up near the tail of my brow. And now I'm going to pick up a little bit more of that color and blend it throughout the crease. Not quite as concentrated as the outer corner, but still getting that peak of terracotta through the top of the crease. Now I am just going to take that same blending brush that we used with the first color and just blend everything out. Make sure to hit the edges so they're nice and gradient. Now I'm going to pick up the color Sippy Sippy, which is that really pretty deep brown with gold flecks. And I am just lightly pressing this into my eye to build the color up. And I am just laying this starting out on the outer corner up to the crease where we laid that terracotta orange, which was called Dogman. Now again, I like to keep my eye open because I can see where it's gonna hit. But once you close, you can start to build it. You can see where it's been laid. So at this point, I've pretty much covered half of the lid, maybe a little bit more, and it's almost slanting upwards this way, just to kind of give that wing look. So now that I have the brown where I want it, I'm gonna go back to this fluffy brush and I am going to start to blend everything out. Now, I did not pick up any of the additional Dogman color. I just am using what's left on there to start to blend these edges. And I'm blending out the bottom as well. So I am getting a little fallout. We're gonna have to clean that up afterwards. Next, I'm going to pick up a little bit of Uncommon, and I am going to just start to press this onto the center of the lid, right where we stopped that brown color. Just taking it up to the crease line. And now with a wet brush, I am going to pick up some of the color Sassy Bun. I am just going to lay this on the inner corner. And I am just very carefully shading the lines here. Give it a good blend. And the eyeshadow is done. So since we've already done our face, I am actually going to move on to the bottom of my eyes. So I'm starting with Natural Peaches, and I'm using this fluffy brush just to run it under my lash line. And then I'm gonna do the same with Dogman. Dogman. I've said different things the entire video. Then with a smaller angled liner brush, I'm going to take Sippy Sippy, and I am going to start to thinly line the bottom and smoke it out as. Alright, so I did a little mascara and some black liner in my top waterline, but really I didn't add anything else. I just have the Grav3yard Girl Swamp Queen shadows on my eyes. Because this is so smoky, I didn't really want to do a wing or do anything crazy. One thing to note, I did have to get rid of a lot of fallout under my eyes with some concealer, so I did do my face first because of the nature of this tutorial, but I would say if you're going to use these shadows and do a dark look like this, do the eyeshadow first. So I am dipping into Sweet Tea, which is a really warm bronzer shade, with a fluffy brush, and I am just going to bronze myself up. That's going on pretty smoothly. I am using a very fluffy brush, so I am a big fan of this bronzer. Way more than I thought I was gonna be. It goes on very, very smoothly. Yeah, I really like it. It's a really pretty warm color. It's actually not quite as orange as I thought it was gonna be. This is just a fluffy blush brush from Real Techniques, and I'm gonna use the same brush to apply the blush, and that is called Does This Thing Really Work? It looks like a darker version of NARS Orgasm, so we'll see what it looks like on. So I am just going to start to work this on the outer apples and up. And yeah, I can see a little bit of sheen. Nothing too shimmery, but nice and pigmented. Wow, it's really pink in the viewfinder. Very lightly building this because I think I applied a little bit too much at the beginning on the other cheek. FYI, I did use my Glam Glow Glow Starter for this. So if I'm already looking glowy, even though I haven't applied any highlighter yet, that is why. If you have not seen my video on that product, I will link it somewhere here. Alright, so this is a really pretty neutral pink color. It pops a little bit more than a true neutral, but it still is in that right in the middle sweet spot pink that looks good on everyone. I have swatched this highlighter and it's amazing. When I first got this, I swatched it on Snapchat just briefly and it's so beautiful. So this highlight is called Gator Wings, and it looks like an ultra metallic shimmery highlight. It does seem a little chunky. When I press my brush onto it, it's kind of falling off, but we'll see how it works. So this is just dry, and I'm gonna take this brush and oh my god. I'm not ready for it.
I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready for it.
I'm speechless. I'm actually speechless. Not playing. Tarte is not playing. So it does have a tiny bit of glitter, FYI. If you don't like a super metallic, like crazy highlight, you will not like this because it is very, very shimmery and it's got a little bit of glitter in it. So I am just really buffing it in. I still have no words. I wish you could see it in person, like up close. It's insane. I mean, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna highlight my entire face because I feel like now I have to. I don't think I've ever had a highlight this shimmery before. Like, dead serious. I am going to pick up a tiny bit more blush so I can blend this too, so it's not just a metallic stripe on my face. Alright, so I am going to put some lips on and probably put one more layer of mascara. I'm going to get closer to you in 1 second and then we're going to show the makeup off a little bit closer so that you can really observe this highlight. I'm not kidding. I know I've said it 1,000 times, but this is, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I blended this down like so much. Like literally, I blended it all the way down. It was like way more crazy than this. Looks amazing. If you love highlighters, you're gonna love this highlighter. Alright guys, so that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the look that I did at the end. I also hope you enjoyed the swatches. I hope that you can get your hands on this palette because I do think it's a really gorgeous palette. I only don't like one of the shadows in there, which is that cream bone color. And again, I was just disappointed in Sippy Sippy, but I still like that shade. And as for the face products, I really love all three. I love the way they look together. And maybe again, if you do not like crazy highlights, you will not like that highlighter. I think it will be way too much for you. But I still think if you don't want that highlighter, the rest of the shadows and the face products will still do you justice and still make it worth the buy. Tarte is killing it right now, so I'm not surprised that I really love this palette. I have been disappointed in their palettes before, so I wasn't sure if this was going to live up to my expectations, but it totally did. Recently, the palettes that they've been doing have just been killing it. The Tartelette palettes, this palette, I am so impressed and I will be using this palette a lot. Bunny, you are the Swamp Queen. This is amazing. Tarte, thank you so much for collabing with her and providing us with this gorgeous palette. If you aren't subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe to me. There is a red button below. I will also put a link right here. Let me know if you're excited about the palette, if you think you might pass on it, or if you're undecided. Just let me know in the comments. We can chat about it. I can answer any questions that you have that I maybe didn't answer in this video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for sitting through a video of me blabbing my mouth off. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed this palette, and we will talk soon. Peace out.